The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn! All right, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, and we are back. Let's welcome around the horn. Krellbar, welcome.
How's it going, everyone?
Joe, welcome.
Happy Humpty Hump Day, everyone.
And Mr. Matt, welcome.
Hey.
All righty. It is a Wednesday night. We are back. So I did a show last night. It was like a last impromptu thing. I don't know if you saw it, guys. I know Joe saw it because he popped in.
I saw part of it.
And yeah, it was just funny because I was talking about PRS. And today I was showing one of my students the guitar because he was asking me about it. And I couldn't believe it. The guy's like, it has a more, he didn't even say focused mids on this one. This one, he said, it has a more focused sound. So I guess before PRS made this narrow field pickup design on this particular one, the 53, before that, a guitar's signal was never really focused. I don't even know what the fuck that means, to be honest with you. I think it's the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
It's very esoteric.
Does it have creamy sustain?
Yeah, but the thing is what do I want to call them? The YouTube, like that's the cool kid's name. The YouTube influencers. The douchebags on YouTube are out saying, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. Let me tell you what's a game changer. It's the same game, but the players are the same.
What game are they changing exactly?
They're not changing shit. They came out with their version of a telly, and if you like it, you can play it. If you don't, which I didn't, you won't. I don't care. I don't know. I just I just think that it's like one of these things like PRS is still, and it's so funny because do you guys remember when Taylor Guitars came out with the solid body one? It was the SB1X.
With the
and it was
EQs
called,
on it.
what's that?
Did it have EQs on the body?
No.
Oh,
That's
no,
you're thinking of the T5.
Oh, okay.
This is just, it had a pick guard. You could get it with 2 mini buckers, or you could get it with the 3 single coils. And Taylor used to go around saying, and when I say Taylor would tell their salespeople to go around saying, Bob Taylor designed these pickups, and surprisingly, they were so good we had to build a guitar around it. Yeah, or you just wanted to take some electric guitar money. We get how the business works.
Bob Taylor or Rip Taylor?
And those pickups didn't do shit. They were terrible sounding pickups. So that story of like, oh, is Bob Taylor now the fucking end all be all to know what a good pickup sounds like? Can the guy play? I don't even know if he plays. But according to them, back when they came out with this guitar, and you can look up the guitar, it's a shitty looking guitar. It didn't play that great.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it didn't play that great. But Bob designed these pickups, and because people were flipping out over me, they were flipping out over him. They were flipping the bird.
What did this guitar look like? What did this guitar look like? Did it have like
it was like a single.
You know what it looks like?
It looks like a Les Paul kind
You
of.
ever see those memes where they say, "Can I have a Les Paul?" No, and mom goes, "We have a Les Paul at home. This is the Les Paul at home."
Right. It's not great. She's just asking what's the finest acoustic. I mean, that question is totally subjective. I like, I'm a big Collins fan. I think his guitars are great. I think Santa Cruz makes a great guitar. But there's guys like Dana Bourgeois. Olson makes great guitars. Kevin, what the hell's his last name out in LA making guitars?
Brown.
No, I forget. Kevin, but his guitars go for 15,000. I mean, you're gonna tell me
dark.
Kevin, why am I blanking on his last name?
Tim, join us through the phone like I did when I had the blackout that time.
That's gold, Mr. Hey, Zim. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Kevin Proctor?
No. Just look up Kevin something guitars.
Kevin Ryan?
Kevin Ryan. Thank you very much. Kevin Ryan guitars. I mean, they're like $15,000, $20,000 guitars. They're beautiful guitars, but are you going to tell me he's the finest builder? He could be. I don't know. But I mean, if you ask me, the Alvarez Yari, the expensive one they have now for like $2,800, it's a nice guitar.
The cheap
Depends
ones
on what you like.
Either.
I mean, what is?
The cheap ones aren't bad either.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you like. I mean, for me, I don't know that there's a best of anything. I mean, there's a best for what I like. And, like my favorite acoustic, maybe a Santa Cruz pre-war OM, triple O, one of those types of things. Froggy Bottom's another one. Callings. I mean, so there's just so many great builders. And so I don't know. It depends on whatever you like. Whatever you like. I mean, we're talking about tellies, if you get a custom shop, if you find yourself like an old custom classic, tell me what they go for, Joe. Look up Fender Custom Shop Custom Classic Telecaster. Now, they haven't made them for years, so it's going to be used, but I'm curious what they're asking for because you could get them new for like
Fender Custom
2,600.
And what was it?
Custom Classic.
2,600 used. 2,600 to 2,900.
More than what he paid for. That's probably what he paid for it. So he's getting back what he paid for it.
Going between 24 and up.
All right, so say 2,400. That's a great guitar for $2,400. You can call G&L and get a custom ASAT made for probably around the same price with stainless steel frets, with the neck shape the way you want it, the color you want, the woods you want. So, I mean, you can get yourself a great telly for, you can even get you can buy a cheaper telly. You can call Warmouth and get them to make you one. You put the parts together under $2,000. You can get yourself a nice. So PRS coming out and being like, we're making a telly. Who cares?
Hey, Dave, didn't you tell me once that Warmouth makes stuff for the other companies, like some of the other guitar companies?
Yes.
Who do they make for? Do you know?
Well, smaller build companies.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want to say because I don't want to out them, but if you took their necks off their guitars, you'll see the Warmouth stamp.
Ah.
Yeah.
So they don't say, "Hey, leave the stamp off, man."
No, but they can't. But there are small builders that will go and have them make them. I mean, just like
Oh, okay. I thought you meant they were like making them for like bigger companies or something.
no. What I'm saying, smaller companies. I mean, they're still known guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're still known builders. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of builders that like even when Thorne was, I don't think Thorne was making his own guitars back in the day. I mean, I know he's back now to Thorne guitars. You guys remember Thorne? Ron Thorne was the is it Ron Thorne?
No,
What
I'm
the
not
hell was
sure. I
his
never
name?
heard of Thorne guitars.
Who was the guy, Dave, in LA?
But not what's the master? Sorry, what's the master builder that just left Fender? Am I making this guy's? Yeah, Hannah says it. Nash was the one I was thinking of, and I don't know if they still have one with doing it, but somebody's making their necks.
Who was the guy? He was Elizabeth Montgomery's son. That was a guitar builder. You remember him?
Asher,
Asher. Yeah,
Bill Asher.
Bill Asher. Yeah. Is he still doing it? Do you know?
Yeah, he still makes guitars. Yeah, he was doing it with Carruthers for a while out in Venice, and he was making the he was working out of his shop making those what's that guy that made the lap steels?
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy's name? Ben something.
I don't know. He used to have a shop on Broadway in Santa Monica.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Well, after John left, early 2000s. No, not John.
Well, I just remember I went there once. I had a broken headstock on the Les Paul, and I took it there to have it repaired, and he worked on it. I don't know that it was his shop, but he was working there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ron Thorne, Fender. Yeah, Ron Thorne is the guy I was talking about. I think he went to go back to his own company. He quit Fender or no longer works at Fender for whatever reason. He was like the inlay guy, but I knew he was coming out with his own guitars. Rumor has it Dave had a yeah, exactly. Exactly. They told me they ran out because you beat me to it, Ryan. But yeah, so anyways, I mean, there's a lot of small boutique-y guys. And, there was a company years ago when I had this made, this Fender, oh, you can't see it now, but it's a Rebel Relic. And I asked him if he got mad when I asked him, I said, is Warmouth making your necks? He was like, no, I make my own necks. Well, I ended up getting rid of his neck and bought a Warmouth neck. But he's a great guy. Thorne is no longer principal master builder. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's back doing Thorne guitars. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I don't know who was making them. And, Grover Jackson was doing the same thing. He was ghost building he was making, what's the guy's name's guitars? That Bingham was, Friedman. He was making the Friedman guitars. Jim Tyler does some really cool stuff. Yeah, I got to meet Jim a couple of years back. He made some pickups for me, and a couple of my buddies worked at his shop. So
friggin' headstock of his. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's goofy, but it's great if you
guitar.
picked up if you picked up a Jim Tyler Strat, you'd have a great Strat. They're great Strats. They're ugly headstocks with great Strats. But and again, how many people make a great Strat? Sir, Fender, and
Anderson,
Fender. Not all their
Tom
Strats
Anderson.
are great, but they can make it. They're capable of making a great Strat. G&L makes a great Strat. My issue with PRS is it's also a bolt-on neck, but if you ever wanted to get a replacement neck, who the hell's going to make it? I have no idea what the specs are on that neck.
Yeah.
He made the Friedmans after Shabbat. Now Rock and Roll Relics is doing it. Yeah, since Grover left. But yeah, so they make, it's like, yeah, exactly. So they make a, there's a lot of ghost building that goes around and everything else. And also like PRS for years, that PRS bridge that was a man-made bridge, MANN. So if you ever wanted to put like one of the PRS bridges on your Strats, you can just go to manmade.com and that's the PRS bridge. you know. I'm all geared out, guys. That's all the gear.
Thank God.
No, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, and there's nothing wrong. People make talk about companies being parts guitars. There's nothing wrong with it. If it's the parts you like I said, I'll buy a Mexican Strat all day, toss out the neck, sell it to somebody who to them that's what they want, and then I'll buy a Wilmoth neck and make the guitar that I want out of it. Because you can make anything feel great. It's one of those things. People are always like, "Oh, this guitar really talks to me." Give me 5 seconds with that and an Allen wrench. I'll make the guitar talk to you. I'll set it up. It's called the setup. It takes about 5 minutes. Oh, you want the neck adjusted? Well, it better not be a D35.
Telly.
Only way to adjust a D35 neck, I was told, is to take it up in a small plane between Bakersfield and that's what Johnny Cash did in Columbo when he wouldn't take his guitar.
Not Columbo again.
Fucking
love it.
Columbo.
It's a good weekend.
Valley Arts was a great guitar company. They were right on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City. And then they got bought out by Gibson, bought them out. And then when Gibson bought them out, the only thing I remember them making was that Brent Mason Telecaster.
Oh, yeah.
And then they stopped making that. And now they just took the name and buried it.
That was a heavy guitar. Did you ever play one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Those
Not a fan.
No, but they were like a Les Paul, if not heavier.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, when Gibson got them, I don't think the Valley Arts one was that heavy.
Do you remember Performance guitars?
Oh, the Japanese guy over there on Coanga.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Steve I was
I remember
their
that
shit for a while.
Warren DeMartini used to go to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Warren was playing Performance. He left Charvel for a little stint, went to Performance, and then Charvel got him back. Let me tell you the phone call that they really have to do a lot of convincing to get a lot of these guys back. When they called up Warren, they were like, "Warren, this is Charvel. Do you want?" Yes.
I missed it because you froze up on my end, Dave.
I did?
Yeah,
so that's weird. Oh, did I freeze up on it? I said,
yeah, I heard everything.
I heard it fine.
That phone call went, "Hey, Warren, this is Charvel. Do you want to?" Yes. Yes, I'll take it. Do you want a free cable? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, whatever they're going to give them. Kidding me? The fucking guy's playing at fucking Choo Choo Charlie's across from the Holiday Inn. I mean, is Rat even playing? I don't even think he's in Rat anymore.
I think he is. I think he's.
Is Stephen Pierce? No, because
Dave is freezing up on my side. You guys are.
Dave's fine.
Okay, well,
on my side.
I'm not freezing
That's weird.
up. So is Stephen Piercy? I think is still in the band. Isn't he?
No, Warren is too. Warren's.
No, I think he left in 2018 or 19.
I'm pulling it up.
I just
Cavazzo.
Really? All right. Well, I knew
What does it
Carlos
say?
was in there, but I thought it was him and Warren.
I thought Warren quit recently.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, he's listed up until 2008. He was there 2016, 2018. Who else they have? Holy shit, they've gone through everyone in the fucking. Holy shit.
Oh, so the band must have broke up.
All right, current
'Cause he's
members.
saying-
No, Stephen Piercy. Bass is Juan Crucier.
Juan Croce, whatever his name
Croce,
is.
Pete Holmes. Then you got Jordan Ziff, lead guitar, backing vocals, and then Frankie Lindia, rhythm guitar, backing vocals.
Yeah,
Never heard
yeah.
of it.
Warren left. Like I said, I could have sworn I heard that he left.
Yeah, well, he's listed former member up until 2018. So,
Yeah, I love Warren, and I think Warren, he's a fine player.
He's not very precise.
what was that imitation you were doing once of the guy from Scorpions talking to Warren? Was that a conversation you actually heard?
That was a conversation I was actually a part of.
What,
with Uli.
Well, yeah, Uli John Roth. Yeah. What was it?
It
I
makes
saw
Uli look
Warren
in a
and Uli play together. On
yeah.
at a
Oh,
show.
they're friends.
Yeah.
They've been friends since Warren was 15 years old.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Because it sounded like he was putting them down big time.
He was. I mean, Uli is like Uli doesn't paint a he
should be
doesn't
named
color
Frank.
stuff when he talks to you. He just will tell you straight to your face. And I don't want to go into the story. It's somewhat disparaging, but
okay.
it wasn't like he wasn't very nice about Warren's playing. And yeah, but I mean, and I heard other stories where he said some stuff to Joe Stump and stuff. And of course I find the whole thing funny because it is funny, but I don't think it's very nice. I mean,
So
but whatever.
Uli's a dick.
No, I wouldn't say he's a dick. He's a typical,
I think he's a typical European, just busting people's balls at their expense for his own humor.
I don't think he found it funny.
jollies.
Who?
I don't think Uli found it funny. Uli wasn't saying it to be funny. There's no way in hell. And in Uli's defense, I've seen a very pretty girl walk up to him and said, "Do you know you're dressed like Peter Pan?"
Ah!
And in all seriousness, he didn't even know how to answer. And he was like, "Well, isn't that the point?" And she goes, "What's the point?"
Exactly.
And I was just like,
Uli
it
got
was
burned.
the verbal Rochambeau.
Oh, my
I was like, take that, you sales of Sharon, and fucking ride out of here. I'm like, but don't worry, Uli. There's plenty of girls that like your band that look like Christy McNichol. You're all set.
Oh my God.
No, it's true. You know what I was saying yesterday, Matt, was you remember how, like, people go, oh, you play guitar to pick up girls? Pick up girls. I liked music. And the music I liked, the girls that liked the music that I like, I did not like them. They all look like Christy McNichol in denim jackets with less makeup.
Yeah, the hot girls all like the pop shit. So
Right.
When I see Uli, I keep waiting to see a crystal ball in front of him. Looks like one of those.
Right. I mean, there's a reason why Metallica shirts are all black and only come in extra large. And that's for the women.
If you want to see the funniest Uli video, watch The Night the Master Comes.
Oh,
It
I love
is
that too.
hilarious.
I never saw the video for that, but I did
the
have that
video.
album.
Oh,
I got
you've got to watch it. It is the most retarded video you've ever seen.
Look, I love Uli. I love his playing.
I do
one of
too.
my favorites. I used to love that Sky that you had, Matt. Do you still have that one?
The 7-string.
No, the 6.
Oh, I had at one time I had 3 of those fuckers. I had 2 6s and a 7. The 7 was the Carruthers. The
Yeah.
6 strings were made by some other guy, but I found this guy on eBay who had somebody make 2 of them, and they were like spot on of that blue one he had, the blue 6-string. And I wound up selling them. They're not really that fun to play.
No. In fact, here's something funny. So Uli's on the cover of Beyond the Astral Skies, or the back cover, holding the Sky guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But that guitar didn't get finished till after the record was already in the can.
Yeah, he didn't play it on that.
He didn't play. Only played the Strat on that record. And
I saw him on that tour.
They took photos of that right before the thing went to print, so that's why he's holding it. But I asked him about that, and he was like, "That's my Strat." And what they did was it was a 21 fret Strat, and he put a block of wood behind the neck with 2 extra frets.
Mm-hmm.
So we did have 23 frets on that guitar.
Yeah.
But playing the wrong tunes. Yeah, well, I mean, go to go see Joe Satriani live, and I want you to take a inventory of the women that go to that show.
What women?
Right, and I just want to say,
where the white women at?
Yeah, you will see. Let's put it this way: if they had any sense and you had a Jenny Craig booth, you'd be the busiest booth at the show.
Oh my gosh.
If they had any sense. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying they're not attractive. No, wait a minute. Actually, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You need to get down with Rebelsis.
Oh, yeah. I got my A1C under check. But seriously, it's like when you go to those shows, it's like, guys like, I grew up, and I'm sure Matt the same, and Crowley and you, Joe, we love the fucking metal and the shred.
Mhm.
Well, you go to a metal and shred show, it's a fucking dude fest. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
any one of those shows, I told everyone that ever booked those shows, you want to make twice the money, get FedEx and UPS doing a job fair that day. Every asshole's in fucking work boots and a black shirt. They look like they look like they work in a warehouse at UPS. You may as well get them jobs. Guys, I don't know where you are, and this is a great bit. It's the fucking Iron Maiden concert / UPS job fair.
Yeah. We'll go to a Pantera show, man. If you ever been to a Pantera show, dude, there's hardly any chicks there. And if they are, they're way in the back.
They're way in the back with Tatum O'Neal fighting. Oh, sorry. That was Christy McNichol and Little Darlings.
Yeah, I remember that one. Arm in the
see, now, Janice, like, you should go. And I always tell this to people. If you want to go to a concert where there's a ton of girls, go see a country music show. Back in the day in the 90s when Tim McGraw used to play, that was like, I mean, it was competing with the LA Kings, because the LA Kings games, for some reason, always gets women. It's just something about the LA Kings. Yeah. Well, you go to LA
the
Kings
same
show
thing for a Poison
you become
show,
an instant fan. You're like, I gotta go to more. I gotta go to more games. I can't figure out why. Yeah, country. Yeah, so if you're gonna play country music and hey, Cold Roses, and you're saying to me you got into music because of the girls, I believe it. But if you're a dude and you're fucking playing songs like by Rat growing up, and you're like, I did it to get girls, the only place you're getting girls at that point would be on the Sunset Strip, and you're gonna have a hard time telling the girls from Nikki Sixx. Oh God. I don't know what I was watching recently, and some girl was talking about Nikki Sixx, and she's like, "Oh my God, if I could only be with him." And I'm like, "Nikki Sixx, have you seen this guy?"
I thought he looked like one of the witch's guards from The Wizard of Oz.
Looks like a grandmother that you'd see in a fucking double wide.
A lot of them didn't age
You put him in flip-flops and a fucking sundress, and I'm telling you right now, he's haunting every double wide in fucking Kentucky. He's walking outside with fucking an umbrella in an old Milwaukee. He's on a fucking steady diet of Little Debbie's and old. Can't use the old Milwaukee joking twice, but all right. Anyway, so yeah. So I always found that funny. Like, oh yeah, I did it to pick up chicks. Yeah, yeah. You might want to do a few setups. That might help. So what else is going on, gents? I watched the other day. It was the other day. It was earlier today. I was smoking a cigar in my YouTube feed. First of all, let me just mention this. Have you guys been following the Titanic thing?
Yes.
I just knew some sub imploded.
So apparently Ocean Gate now is selling tickets if you want to see the wreckage of the Titan.
Come see the submarine sandwich.
No, but it's unbelievable, though, isn't it? Like now they're picking up the pieces. But this guy was like, I don't know if you've seen the emails between him and the kid that was scared shitless of going on there, and he's like,
what's an email?
No.
Email.
It's like lemonade.
He said, "Have you seen the emails?" I'm like,
oh, did I email? Oh, second email. So yeah, so that's I was going into my Chris Farley. Oh, the bad Daddy, that Chicago. Anyway, the that he. Leave me. Oh, I love that one. But the email, he was like, "Oh, let me talk to him. I'll tell that dummy. I'll set him straight." Yeah. And meanwhile, now the thing implodes, and which is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But I've seen some people like, "Oh, you shouldn't make fun of them." No, you can, because this is just arrogance. Which does James Cameron, who's friendly with Stockton Rush, came right out and said this guy was arrogant, and he's his friend. You're damn right he was arrogant.
James Cameron is arrogant
every day. There's another story about another corner cut, and I'm like, you're a fucking billionaire and you're going to save money on fucking that?
Meanwhile, James Cameron went into the Mariana Trench, right? And which is 12,000.
Is it 12,000?
12,000 meters. I think it's 3 times deeper.
Death Clock recorded an album there. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, how deep that thing could go?
36,000 feet.
Yeah, 36. That's 3 times deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well,
And he went down.
Each one of those
What's that?
people paid like $250,000 to be on that fucking.
You know, the
Yeah.
families of everybody is going to be suing that estate like fucking nuts.
Well,
And rightly so.
yeah, but I'm sure they had to sign away every right under the sun to even do it.
Even
Now,
that don't mean shit no more.
Now, there's no way that it's 2 miles under the fucking surface. It's like 275 atmospheres of pressure. And I mean, like 1 or 2 atmospheres can crush.
You go to look at wreckage and you become wreckage.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing was, I think this was like the 15th or 12th, somewhere around the time it's gone down. But they were saying you could send it down 20 times. You should find out how many times it can go down before it can't go down. And
they should have just did the Andrea Doria. That's only under like 60 feet of water.
yeah, they should have. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is nuts. I mean, first of all, you're going into a submersible. It has a window. You can't see out of that window. It's fucking pitch black down there. Then you have little monitors. I can sit on YouTube and watch people's fucking videos of them going down, and I'm safe in my house.
Yeah.
I hear creaking in my house. I'm not thinking the ocean's going to come and squash me like this. Meanwhile, while the pressure, they say that the air pressure in there gets as hot as the sun for a split second. So they're liquefied.
Mm.
And the fish are like, ooh, something's cooking. They all come running.
Yeah, so those people were all just turned to goo, right?
Liquefied, and then sprayed out throughout the whole ocean.
Jesus Christ. Nothing to bring up, huh?
Yeah, meanwhile, so the next time you take a piss in the ocean and someone gets mad, you shouldn't piss in the ocean. Go, listen, there's 5 dudes who are fucking pureed down here. They're fine. It's enough ocean to go around things.
Did they get any pictures of the jaguar shark?
No, but I mean, the whole point is, could you imagine?
Nothing.
You're not going to, you're paying $250,000 to be uncomfortable. So you could say, I was down by the wreckage. That's all you're doing because you're seeing everything on a video screen. What the fuck's the big deal? Oh, we're explorers. You're idiots. Because for free, you can sit in your living room, take the $250,000, go treat yourself to a nice dinner. All right, get the ice cream for dessert. It's good. We can afford it. You're getting $250,000.
Watch remote cameras.
And watch it from fucking on YouTube. You can see plenty of. Listen, they might for $25. You can go see it at the Mugar Romney Theater. You can see the wreckage of the Titanic. And shit, what's his name? Might even take it down to the trench down there for $12,000.
Well, Martin 33 says it was $367,000 a ticket.
It wasn't. It was $250.
That's what I thought. That's what I heard.
But $250,000.
It was $250 in the last.
Go ahead.
What?
It was too much.
It was $250,000 to die, but he gave the last 2 people I think that came on a discount. They got like $100,000 off each ticket, so it was like $150. So they paid $300,000.
It didn't really.
And they're talking to the guy next to him. I got a better deal than you.
Yeah.
Well, you got screwed.
And it's
we're all
and it's sad, but at the same time, it's like when you see it. When you see people sit there and say, I'm not going to get this certified, safety's overrated, and he's very arrogant about it. It's,
safety's
unintentional
overrated.
humor. But yes, they signed a waive. Not a waiver, signed a waive.
Right. Yeah, no, I knew what he meant. Yeah.
It's like, it's that saying, play stupid games.
Win stupid prizes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think I think they paid in U.S. currency.
Risking your life for curiosity. Just.
But there's nothing to be curious about. You know what that's like saying? It's like this, guys. We're gonna go see Iron Maiden. Tickets are $40. Here's the deal. We can't actually go into the seat. We're gonna go into this submersible metal tin can, and we're gonna watch it on a fucking screen. Even for $40, you're going to be like, fuck you.
I can watch it on TV.
Watch it on my screen at home. What am I getting in a tin can with 4 assholes for?
Yeah.
And one asshole sitting there with a fucking PS3 controller.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you hook that controller up to a PlayStation 3, now you might have a better time in that little thing. But guess what? You can play it in your house.
Yeah, your house, you can shoot things, you know, it's actually...
I'm just saying, it's just absurd. I don't see the allure. There's what's the allure? It's like you can't I can imagine if it was all lit up and you could literally see through that viewfinder and with your naked eye, you could see that ship. Then I'm like, okay, now I kind of see maybe, but they're not seeing that.
Yeah,
and
what
you've
was they
seen
gonna
the
do,
other
shine a
submersible
light?
where only 2 people get in. It's shaped like a ball. They've gone down there 100 times in it. It's like a ball shape, and then it has like wings. But the part that the pressure is a circle, so it's even pressure all around.
Mhm.
And those guys can see everything. It lights up. You can see it. These
That's what I was
guys
gonna
are in
say.
a
Why don't they put lights on the fucker?
lights.
Instead of-
The fucking LED lights inside they got at a camper place.
Well, I'm saying, you know, that they're watching it on a screen. Why didn't they have lights on the thing to where they can look out,
Illuminate the...
look out the porthole and see what the fuck's up?
I don't know. I don't know what they're saying. But like I said, it's it's insane. Regardless of the lights, they would have died.
Yes, but I still don't have any interest in going deep in the water or outside the atmosphere. I don't want to go to fucking space.
I gotta force myself to take a fucking shower. Go ahead, get out of here.
Yeah, I the whole premise is pretty bizarre. That it's like, let's go.
Did
down
you guys
there.
happen to see the William Shatner, what he said about going into space? You know, he went into space. Did you know this?
Oh yeah. What did he say about it?
He just said that he thought he was going to have some like really like great experience, and that it was going to be like, you know, really uplifting and really be like magnificent and everything. And he said it was the exact opposite. He said he got up there and he had this profound, like sad feeling about how, you know, this is just, it's death out here. You know, it's just darkness and death, and there's just nothing living. And he said,
I could be at a baseball game.
Yeah, well, no, he's talking about how,
frontier.
you know, the only life that we're gonna know is the Earth, and we're killing it, you know. So there's you can probably look up the quote, but he wrote this like couple of paragraphs about how, you know, it just made him sad going into space when he was expecting to feel really like uplifted. It just made him like, oh God, you know.
I can see that. I think I'd be in that same position. Yeah. Just up there. How depressing.
The Earth is going to be here a lot longer than human beings are. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
They're going to shake us off.
No one's killing shit.
No one, you know, hell would save the Earth, save ourselves.
Well, the Earth's going to be here a lot longer than we are. That's all I mean, you know, human beings are not destined. One asteroid could come in, and that would be the end of people. The thing could be molten, and then in a couple of million years, we got life again. I mean, who the hell knows how many civilizations have been on Earth before us?
When the sun expands, that's when the Earth finally gets destroyed.
Well, that's going to be 5 billion years, but I'm just saying.
I thought it was 8 billion, but anyways, who's counting?
When it becomes a giant, whatever. But yeah,
Red dwarf,
yeah. So, but my point is, it doesn't matter. Like all this stuff, like they've gone back into the records, ice records, and noticed that 500 years ago the Earth was a hell of a lot hotter. And you know, we're still on the back end of an ice age.
Yeah.
And eventually the Earth will go into another ice age. So the temperature is always going up and down. That's climate change is like to sit there and say we have something to do with it is to not fully understand
exactly. They'll show you a bunch of charts about how the temperature went up 1 degree Fahrenheit in 100 fucking years, but they can never have a study that shows we're the prime mover. Do we contribute
this,
to it? Yes, but
right. Well, if
really
if there was a study that did that, Obama wouldn't have bought in a fucking house on Martha's Vineyard after his presidency, thinking that the oceans were going to rise. It would have knocked that completely out. There's also a guy that basically works up in like the Arctic Circle, and he's like, it's funny, they always come up here with cameras in August when all the ice starts to melt every year, but they leave before it all starts to freeze again because they like to show people that ice is melting. But he goes, yeah, it's every year that same time of year.
It's all bullshit, man. They're talking, oh, there's climate change, we have to do something. What the fuck are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? I don't care if you stop using goddamn aerosol cans or not. It's like there ain't shit you can do about it. So quit your bitching.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, it's like if the aerosol cans would have done the opposite. Remember, they used to say, don't spray aerosol cans because that eats the ozone.
Yeah.
Now the argument is the opposite. Don't breathe. First of all, there was a great Australian scientist who was talking about, he was saying about how much CO2 Australia produces and what a problem it is. And then the guy went and showed what the trees take in.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
And boy, he makes everybody look stupid. It's like, you see.
But the thing is,
get rid of humans. We breathe out CO2.
It's a scam to make money.
Cow farts, man. It's all about the cow farts.
By the way, as far as Greta Thunberg, I think the 21st of June this month was supposed to be the end of the world, according to her.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So that genius. And Al Gore, I think it was 2013.
She's doing porn now, I think, isn't she?
That's porn I don't want to watch.
I don't want to. I don't need Hobbit porn.
Guy whips
in my
off
life.
his pants, and it's like, how dare you,
fucking Hobbit?
Yeah, I'll take the cows. There was a great one too about a guy who was arguing with
control.
There was a guy with a cow. He raises his own cattle and stuff, and he was saying one cow can feed me X amount of times, but to make an Impossible Burger, and he goes into how many animals die out.
Oh, I saw that last week too.
Yeah, it's a great one too.
Yeah,
it's a great one too. I had this guy in the gym today was talking to me about carnivore, and he starts going into like what's called he called it keto. What is it called? It's diabetic ketoacidosis. But he was talking about it like it's a normal thing, and I'm like, first of all, people are so crazy. I'm like, you're going to sit there and tell me that you're afraid your liver. It's basically, it's very rare, but it would be caused by someone that has actually a problem with their liver. You wouldn't get a problem from your liver from just eating a carnivore diet. But it was just such a nonsense thing. But this guy, he has a personal training company, but he's in terrible shape. And I'm like, and we started arguing about nutrition, and we were talking about calories in, calorie out. I said, well, I don't believe in calorie in, calorie out. He goes, well, you're in here working out. Like, I go, like how? Come do a workout with me. You're not going to think it's that big of a deal. But you look like shit, and I look good. Hear that, folks? I look good. No, I'm just saying. It was the truth. This guy looked terrible.
Right. The thing is, depending what you eat, your body treats everything differently. Like the sugars and stuff, it treats differently.
Well, the point is my point was, I don't believe we live in a calorie in, calorie out body. Because if we did, then I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. If you eat 1,500 calories a day of Krispy Kreme donuts only, you're going to put on weight. It doesn't matter.
Because it screws up your fucking insulin. That's
right. Because that's right. Insulin has more of a reaction in your body to putting on weight and losing weight than calorie in, calorie out.
What was that liver thing you were talking about, though, Dave?
It's called, what happens is if you have a buildup of ketones in your liver, which again, it's called, if you look it up, it's called diabetic ketoacidosis.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's a problem. It's a problem to have. It's usually in people who die from starvation. Because what they don't realize, it's a lack of insulin in your body. But what happens is when you're on carnivore diet, you're not stopping insulin from being produced in your body. You're just not causing crazy insulin spikes. You're having a much lower, because protein creates insulin.
Mm-hmm.
You can't digest protein without an insulin response.
Right.
It just doesn't have a crazy high response like a carbohydrate does. So, it's not. It would be like sitting there to say to somebody, "Well, you shouldn't eat that because you're going to get cancer." Well, yeah, except ketoacidosis is way rarer in people than cancer. Like I said, it's more of a starvation thing that happens when your body starts eating itself.
I made a ribeye on Saturday, and I tell you, there's a new way of cooking it you have to try. From frozen, what you do is you sear it on both sides, then you put it in 275-degree oven and bring it up to temperature. You don't get that gray ring. If you make it medium rare or medium, it's like all the way through without any overdone rings and stuff. And it's so tender. Oh my God.
Wait. So you're searing it from frozen?
Yeah. Sear it in a cast iron pan, 90 seconds on each side, then put it in 275 oven, then just bring it up to temperature. And I did put a big wad of butter on top of it.
So you're not preheating the oven, you're bringing it up to temperature with
no, I preheat the oven.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like he's almost like reverse sous videing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like sous vide.
Good.
Sous vide, you put it in water in a bag. You guys familiar with sous vide? And you get the internal temperature to about 160 degrees. Then you take it out of the bag and you take one of those flamethrowers and you can just sear it in 2 seconds and get all the crust on the outside, and then it's a perfect steak.
That's a lot of restaurants doing it this way. You're not going to get a crust doing it this way, but
that's a lot of restaurants cook that way now, especially like Vegas. It's just easy to do sous vide, more consistent. It's I love Guga. I do love Guga Hannibal.
Yeah, when they age meat for like a year or something like that.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff.
They brine it and all these weird things. I haven't watched that channel in a while.
I watched him cook with all these different flavored peppers, and I started using more white pepper. I like white pepper on my chicken. The only thing he uses tinfoil is he makes. Just took the joke.
Ha ha ha.
That is for the hat that Krellbar has.
Yeah.
When he's out there chasing aliens. I still love no, I haven't watched that movie yet, Matt. The UFO stuff, because I don't really.
Dude, you got to.
I only use sea salt, Cheech. That's all I use is sea salt.
Yeah, I think I watched the first quarter of that, then I fell asleep. I never got back.
But have you noticed every alien, every UFO picture, it's like, quick, get this shitty camera. Yeah. No, make sure the one that has Vaseline all over the lens. Okay, that's one.
This isn't
like that meme I created.
No, but
the aliens like.
But even in today's
camera ray,
today's technology, we have phones. Literally, I can see somebody taking a shit from space, except a spaceship comes by and all of a sudden somebody's got the worst camera phone on the planet. That's all I'm saying. Hannah Boy wants to know if you're watching Y-Files.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
If they came out with a recent one, I haven't watched one in a couple of weeks.
I don't even know what a salt lamp is. I'll tell you why. So I use sea salt because sea salt has the most. I think it has like 80 minerals, and it's the best for you. So I use sea salt.
Brand that you like?
It's Celtic something sea salt.
Am I lagging?
No,
because it looks like it to me.
And then there's the pink Himalayan. I think has 60.
Yeah, I use
minerals.
I use that too.
I got table salt too. It's got the iodine in it.
That's fine too. Yeah, the table salt though has no minerals in it. So
I mix it up.
I take iodine myself.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I get iodine.
Yeah. So the pink salt's fine. The Celtic salt is good. There you go. That's the pink Himalayan.
Yeah, I got it too.
Now the pink Himalayan, let me explain to you. It took millions of years sitting inside the salt mines, and then they put it in a bottle and tell you it's going to be good for 6 months. You have to use it up before 6 months. How ridiculous is that? Look, is there an expiration date on there?
When it loses its taste.
I don't think so. No.
How could it lose its taste? It's been in the ground for fucking thousands
That's
of
what
years.
I'm saying. If it loses its taste, then throw it out. Until then, it's fine.
No, it doesn't have an expiration date, but this is a company my wife orders a lot of products from, Premier Research Labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of supplements from them and stuff.
So that all comes from the same salt mine. I watched a great show about salt where they showed that like when they get the pink Himalayan salt, it all goes to all these different companies have access to it and can do it. The sea salt that I get is mainly made and developed from that Celtic company, and that's pretty good. And then, but any brand of sea salt is going to be fine.
Yeah, I use table salt on my eggs and stuff, and this stuff I use generally on a lot of stuff. But when I make a
but see,
steak,
the
and I
problem
want
with
a good
table salt
crust,
is you're
I
not
use
getting
kosher.
you're not getting the minerals, and it's
Use
best to
kosher
get the
salt.
minerals while you can. So that's why I avoid table salt. Because you know what I mean. You need magnesium, zinc, all that shit is in there. It's in there. It's like Prego, fucking. It's in there, and you know what? And the other salt just has iodine, and although you need iodine, you can take it in drops. And this place in Rhode Island sells it pretty cheap, Krell. Yeah, kosher salt. It's the same thing. It's
For steaks, I gotta use it. Gotta use kosher.
Yeah, the problem with kosher salt is if it says kosher sea salt, but the problem is make sure in the kosher salt what the ingredients are. If there's anything more than salt in it, because sometimes you'll find in kosher salt there's like anti-caking agents, and you don't need that in your body.
Yeah, let me see my kosher
All
salt.
right, Cheech. Look at guys. You guys remember when Cheech was the antithesis of our diet?
Yeah.
Cheech now says, I'm surprised how good I feel eating meat every day. Thought it would upset me, but it doesn't. No, it doesn't upset you. And if you're omitting plants from your diet, you'll start to feel like you'll get no more aches and pains. You sleep like a baby. You take great dumps. Folks, this is a place where we talk about all kinds of shit.
Cheech used to say,
guitars.
"You're telling people you're giving bad advice, Dave, because you're going to kill
him out
people."
one night. He threw him out one night.
I know. I was here for that.
Yeah, but Cheech has come full circle. I feel like ionized Cody on the commercial where they litter and he starts to cry. I have cry here. Our boy Cheech is becoming a man. This is Joe. This is when you start singing "Sunrise Sunset" from Fiddler on the Roof.
He saw the light.
Is this the little boy I carry?
To life. To life. To life. I played New York a strip hit for Fiddler on the Roof.
I'll tell you right now. So I went to a play on Saturday. Emily asked me, someone got Emily tickets to this play, Jagged Little Pill. And she asked me if I'd go. I said, yeah, I got nothing going on Saturday afternoon. So we went. And I swear to God, this play is so, first of all, besides being woke, it is just terrible. It has nothing to do with Alanis Morissette. It was like somebody saw 10 different after-school specials and decided, let's make a play using every topic in these after-school specials, and we'll put it to Alanis Morissette music. I looked at Emily at one point and I said, I swear to God, if they come out singing Day by Day, I am out of here.
Day by day.
You remember Godspell? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
To see things more clearly. I was like, do you understand the fucking pit I get in my gut anytime somebody mentions Godspell? Thinking of Day by Day, that fucking song that was like, honestly, if somebody said to me, Dave, you've committed atrocities in this world, telling everybody about carnivore diet, we are going to execute you. Is there a song you'd like to hear before you go? Yes, play me Day by Day from the London production of Godspell. I'll be more than happy to fucking check out, asshole. Seriously. And literally, this play was so bad. It was so bad. And it was so woke and so dumb.
Well,
and people are cheering. And I'm just like, you are all vapid pieces of shit. Thank you. Then they mauled me. Oh, no, but there was these two, I don't know if they were lesbians, but they may have been.
They were.
They were older, probably in their 60s, early 70s. But they were both like, "Oh my God, this was wonderful. We've got to see this again." And I'm sitting there like, "This was wonderful." Like, this was the biggest waste of 2.5 hours. It was terrible.
2.5 hours.
Oh my God. First of all,
it was Dirty Dancing. I was subjected to that once.
Do you ever see when Peter Griffin goes to the chick flick and he's like, "I got a bad feeling about suicide." You guys remember that?
Didn't see it. No.
Oh, it's basically like that. It was like the one girl was a lesbian. The adopted girl was a lesbian, and so she was rebelling. The mother was on drugs. The father was watching too much porn. And then the son who gets into Harvard, but not sure he wants to now go to Harvard. Will he disappoint his parents? And then he goes to a party and his buddy rapes a girl. I'm telling you, it's every after school special. I was sitting there like, are you
that the Kennedy family?
I'm like, honestly, I would have much rather watched the South Park marathon. It was so fucking horrible. Yeah, like I said. What's that?
How did Emily like it?
Oh, no. Well, I don't want to say she didn't like it because she got the tickets as a gift. But no, she was of the same page. I mean, we were looking at each other. At one point, I said, there was a woman that looked like Esther Roll. Doing, oh, yeah. She's doing sign language. And there was 3 different girls that would take turns doing sign language. But when the Esther Roll one got up there, it didn't look like sign language anymore because she was making these faces like everything was in the face. And I'm like, and I said to Emily, I said, I don't know if that woman's even if she's signing or she could be making it up. There's nobody deaf here. This thing's a musical show. No one's deaf. I'd love to go up there and just sit there and try to pretend I'm talking sign. It looked like she was calling in calls to third base. Run! You know what I mean? I'm like,
grabbing the
she's doing this, checking this, grabbing this.
I remember years ago.
I don't know what carnivora is. I never heard
years
of it.
ago, there was that sign language person that was a sham on the national podium. You remember that? And they were signing and the people going, "What the fuck is that guy doing?"
Right. Well, that's what this woman like. And honestly, the whole time. And so I would look over and I'd go, "Damn, damn, damn!" Like that's what she looked like. She was smashing the dishes, but it was unbelievable. Like, let me tell you how good a play has to be. When you're finding the most entertaining part of it is the woman who looks like Esther Roll doing sign language. That part actually was enjoyable.
I don't think there ever was a play I liked. I don't like seeing plays.
Well, the last time I went to a musical, it was Les Miserables, back in the early 90s. And I promised myself I would never go to another one.
Yeah. What it is that when they act on stage, they have to exaggerate all the time because it's like watching a freaking cartoon.
It's this whole thing with Jean Valjean and Les Miserables. I remember being in the audience going, "I'll give you the fucking bread. Just stop singing."
The last time I went to see a musical, just to give you an idea of how long ago, and there was only one. It was Yul Brynner in The King and I. And it was good. I was a fucking kid and I liked it.
The only musical I ever wanted to see was The Man of La Mancha with Richard Kiley.
I am Don Quixote.
And as you notice, Richard Kiley's in one of my favorite Columbo episodes as the commissioner who kills the one with Art Jessup. No. He hides the jewels in the jewel thief's apartment, which is really Columbo's apartment. Joe, didn't you watch it? A Friend Indeed. You watched it the other day.
I was taking care of Michael.
It's the one that's on after Swan Song.
Why do you always find a way to bring the conversation
I
to
can
Columbo?
always get it there.
It's always
lead to Columbo.
Richard Kiley. But honestly,
I got to ask you a Columbo question, though.
Go ahead.
No, please don't.
I posted a reel to my story. It's from a Columbo episode.
Yeah.
He's at the top of like a steep incline.
Yeah.
And he just looks, and then he starts going down. Then he just loses fucking control and ends up in a ditch.
Great episode. The episode's called The Greenhouse Jungle. and he's walking down there with Bob Dishy.
Who
Bob
directed
Dishy plays
that
the.
had to be real, because he fucking fired into that ditch.
Oh, I don't know. It looks funny. Like I think he. Yeah, because the car's in the ditch that Ray Milland drove. You know, put the keys into it and had it go over the ledge. Yeah, that's a great episode. The Greenhouse Jungle. I believe it's season 2, episode 2.
And who directed it, Dave?
That one I wouldn't know. The one after it,
I'll
the
look
one
it up.
before it, I
Yeah.
know was direct.
Who are the producers? Who
Have
scored
one
it?
of quality for a change.
The one before it was produced by Coach on Cheers. What's his name?
Oh,
Nicholas something.
Colasanto.
Colasanto, exactly. He directed A Toot in Black. But anyways, so if anyone wants to go see Jagged Little Pill, I highly recommend not doing it.
The name of the director was Boris Sagal. Sagal.
Seagal.
I will say this. It's a tough call between Jagged Little Pill or getting in that fucking carbon fiber tin can.
Oh,
I'll take the 10.
Well, you can survive the play.
in their own way, they're both jagged little pills.
Oh. Like I swear to God, it was like every after school special. I was waiting for the Ben Affleck one. I was waiting for them to write in that scene.
Who was that? That fucking actor was always in those specials. I hated him as a kid. I like him now as
The
an
after
adult.
school specials.
Lance
Yeah.
Kerwin.
No, the guy
Ooh, I
that
love
played
Lance
the
Kerwin.
guy that played Rorschach in Watchmen.
Jackie Earl Haley.
He was in everything when I was a kid. That little
You know,
bastard.
Bad News Bears.
Kelly Lee.
Fucking
Losing it.
Bears.
He's in what's that movie called where they go to Mexico with Tom Cruise?
Losing it.
Losing it.
Losing
Yeah.
It.
Losing It's great.
Oh yeah, the tuck and roll. Gonna get my.
He
tuck and
actually
roll.
took Johnny Depp to the audition of Nightmare on Elm Street, and Johnny
yeah.
Depp got the role.
Mhm. And then years later, he's playing Freddy Krueger.
Years later, he is playing Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
and years later, Johnny Depp is having several online affairs with 70-year-old women who are sending hundreds of $1,000s to Nigeria. Tell me you guys have been watching Catfish.
No, God no.
Oh my
No,
God,
I
it's
remember you-
gold.
Remember you mentioned that last week.
There's a guy, I mean, there was one where the guy was like, he thought the women were real, but you had to see the women that were going, oh my God, you're so handsome. And you look at the guy and you're like, come on.
I can
Come on.
only watch gear reviews. I need to know if something is buttery or focused or has sly mids.
Do you remember the South Park episode when they had the coffee place? It was, I think the guy comes out and he's like an Arizona sunset, like a sweater warm out of the dryer. That's what me and Bingham used to talk about guitars. We'd be like, oh, it's like an Arizona sunset, very buttery, like a warm sweater fresh out of the dryer.
But that's how they describe shit.
Yeah, it's all nonsense. Focused. I love when on PRS. Watch this PRS thing. It's it's got the pickups have a focused sound. A focused sound. Hey, play that guitar. It's not in focus.
Chimey, jangly. My favorite one is I don't really like the maple necks. They're too bright. What?
Oh God, yeah.
What?
People are fucking retarded.
Visually, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, visually. That's about it.
yeah. The neck may be too bright, but guess who isn't?
The player.
Right, exactly. The guy who doesn't want it because he thinks it's too bright. Now, on an acoustic guitar, of course, that's the wood. And this is where people get it all confused because every piece of wood on a guitar is the soundboard on an acoustic. I mean, certain things, obviously, the fingerboard has somewhat of a thing, but not as much as maybe the bracing and the spruce or whatever.
Yeah,
or
it's
the back.
whatever resonates.
But everything resonates and everything's a part of it. But on an electric guitar, you're listening to the sound of the pickups, which only picks up the magnetic field, which is purely the string. And that's why also when you go to play an acoustic plugged in, most of them with the piezo pickups, really, I mean, it doesn't sound anything like an acoustic.
No.
You know, so you have to do things to make it sound like an acoustic by putting a compressor on it and there's that Acoustasonic pedal that's probably pretty good for it too. But I mean, like the Taylor pickups are pretty good because they have, they're basically picking up sound from inside the sound hole. And I love the Cool Tube preamp by Takamine. I think that's a quality product where it still sounds like acoustic, even though really it's an illusion. You're not hearing anything acoustic out of that guitar. Like when you hear my Takamine acoustic and you hear it plugged in, they're two different sounds. And the same thing if I sat here and played any one of my electrics. If they have the same pickups, they all sound the same. I mean, it doesn't. I was saying last night, people are like, "Oh, this tube is a brighter tube, and that one's a little warmer." Oh yeah, you got a fucking knob on your amp that says fucking tone. You got a bass, you got a mid, you got a treble. You can turn those. You can change those. You want to make a 6L right? Because I don't know. I'm thinking about retubing it to a EL34 because I like that warmer sound. Let me show you how to get it warmer. How's that, you fucking imbecile?
I'm gonna leave everything at noon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they do. Here's what this pedal sounds like at noon. Can you just make the pedal sound good for 2 minutes? I'll listen to and then if it doesn't sound good, I'll walk away. But yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, here's what it sounds. So there was a guy who was doing a review. He has 2 tube screamers, and he says, here's what they sound like at noon. And he's like, oh, this knockoff one's a little brighter. Yeah, there's tolerances in the same shit. Turn the other brightness up just a fucking cunt here, and you're going to realize that they're both the same fucking pedal. You got tolerances. What are you sitting there doing? Like, oh, you have to make sure that it plays the same. Like, don't you dial in your sound how you want it to sound? If you can dial it in the same, it's the same pedal. But it's so true because it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to, this tube screamer. Oh, this isn't as good because it's not original. It's the same fucking circuit. The tube screamer is tired. It's a tired circuit. Now, I will say this. The 2 pedals that I own that are tube screamer circuits, 3 I have that are tube screamer circuits that I think go beyond what a tube screamer sounds. They sound better than the original. They're very close, though. The King Tone Soloist is a better tube screamer than the tube screamer. It has a higher gain, but it also can do all the sounds of the tube screamer, but it has that like traditional tube screamer sound. And you have more control over the tone. And so I like that pedal better. I think the Honeybee amps, Clean Amp, is a very good tube screamer type pedal. And I think the Jam pedals, the 1958 Tube Dreamer, is even though it's an asymmetrical version of a tube screamer, it's still a good one. But there's a million good. That's why when what's his name did that Bad Monkey video.
Yeah,
and he put that pedal up against all these other pedals. It's like, no shit. They all sound the same. It's the song you're playing that sounds good.
I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like the songs. If you can make a song sound good, then your tone is good. If the song sounds like shit.
He had a video. I was just starting to say I like that guy because he had a video I was watching this week. The Electro Harmonix MiG 50. They re-released it.
Yeah.
And he's like, one of my favorite amps. Here's the original. Here's the new one. Same exact fucking sound.
Yeah.
And his whole point is play what you have and enjoy what you have.
Yeah.
And he gets hatred for it. I saw a meme today, the pie chart, and it's all red except for one sliver. The little blue sliver is the amount of time you practice and the talent you have. And the red part is all the money you spent on expensive gear.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this question. Wig or no wig?
Yeah, we get in this discussion all the time.
Josh Scott, is your opinion is that he wears a wig or no wig?
I don't look at him to see wigs or not.
Who is this?
Josh Scott, JHS Pedals.
Don't know him.
Oh, okay. He's got a channel. He's very good. I love his videos. I think he's a good guy, and I think he would. I think he would get a kick out of me asking.
I just think he has funky looking hair.
Funky hair. Okay, I say wig. No one else.
Time you thought I had.
Now, if it is a wig, now I want a video where he shows the picture, the original hair, the wig, and it's exactly the fucking same.
Shane the 14 says that's not a rug. I think it is, but I could be wrong. Look, I've this is all for our enjoyment. So obviously, you know, if everyone likes the same horse, there's no race. So,
Yeah.
have you guys seen Lynn Turner's new video?
No, I haven't.
He don't look the same.
The wig is gone, folks. He has a video with he's in a bald head. Look it up on YouTube. It's there. Lynn Turner, bald head. Although he's got more eye makeup on than fucking Captain Ahab, but he'd almost look normal. He just
Oh my God, he looks like Yul Brynner.
He's got
a gayer Yul Brynner.
I don't get the makeup on Captain Ahab.
Yeah, well,
like a pirate, whatever it was. I'm just thinking of a pirate.
Ahab was the guy that went after Moby Dick, wasn't it? He
Oh
was a
yeah.
pirate.
you wear makeup and you have hair.
I'm going to go check.
Jack Sparrow, I should have said.
But if you're bald and you wear makeup, it never works. You always look gay.
Is what you should have said.
I'm telling you right now, you give him a patch on his eye and a peg leg, and I got him cast in the next fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Well, the pose he has with the snake isn't helping him either.
Right.
Oh my God. I'll post the link.
Yeah.
It's like him posing with a snake.
So I'm waiting for the next. What's the name of the song?
Oh, the album's Belly of the Beast.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Josh Scott's Belly of the Beast album.
So this guy, who is it? Hanoi Bomb brings up an interesting subject. Is Vinnie Vincent a woman now?
I don't know, the pantsuits. No, I've seen him recently. Like,
Really?
but he's wearing pantsuits. He looks. He's got a really odd build. He has like the big fat butt.
It looks like Hillary
He
Clinton.
doesn't look very manly.
Hillary Clinton's figure.
Yeah, but that's always been the case.
Yeah.
But
He looks less manly now than he did dancing around with fucking Dan Hartman on what's the name of that song? Instant Replay. Oh, you don't know? Oh, look up the song, Matt, right now. Instant Replay from Dan Hartman. Just Google that song.
Okay.
It's Dan Hartman. You'll see the video. Dan Hartman, G.E. Smith is playing bass, and Vinnie Vincent's playing guitar. This is before Kiss.
Oh.
Belly of the Beast is actually a first single off the album too. So
Oh, all right. Yeah, but it doesn't sound good. It doesn't like Lynn Turner's. I call like a metal crooner. He should be singing ballads, and he's trying to sing like a Dio type song.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? And since the death of Dio, leave that stuff for Rhea Perlman.
at least for the videos.
Exactly.
Oh, if you could get Rhea Perlman to remake the Holy Diver video, that would be epic. I don't think she'd go for it.
Nah, I don't. Let's. She doesn't
Danny
need the
DeVito
money.
would have to agree with it
He'd have to direct it, but then he'd want to be in it.
as the Penguin.
Now, I wonder what happened to Joe. Did Joe go check on Mikey? Because it's saying
I
his
think so.
camera. Because usually when he leaves, it's unless he has something where he could turn off his camera because it says device not connected now. But that's all right. That is all right. But yeah, so there's what Lynn Turner looks like, folks. I've been calling that a wig for I don't know how long, and there it is now exposed that he took it off. It's like when Frank Gambale took off his wig. It was like, for fuck's sake, it's about time. He looks so much better without it.
Yeah, he always looked like Mel Gibson's uglier, fatter brother.
No, but the wig that he used to have looked like a costume wig. It looked like a costume wig, like one you'd buy at a party store.
I always thought he looked like Fred Flintstone myself.
He's a hell of a player. You know, there's another guy I watch on YouTube. He's a hell of a player.
Yabba Dabba Dominant.
I was watching him play. I was trying to figure out some Holdsworth stuff, and I realized there's no way I'll ever play like that because how big his fingers are, the spread. He's doing like a 1-4-6 spread. You ever tried that?
And they're not. He doesn't really have any really long fingers or anything. He just
Well, his hands are ginormous.
yeah.
Holdsworth's eye. Look at the size of the guitar. It looks like a smaller guitar, and then you realize it's 25 and a half.
There is a video out there of Eddie Van Halen backstage playing, and he does this spread thing with this. It's almost like his first finger knuckle becomes disjointed, and he has this huge spread between first finger, the index finger, and his ring finger. That's insane. I go, what?
Yeah,
the
it took him
hell?
4 hours to get that pose.
No, he played it live.
No, I know, but you know when they show like people in Guitar Player magazine,
Yeah,
like the spotlight. There you go. It's spotlight. Spotlight. Everyone was like, "Let me see how wide I can get my hand." Number one. Number two. Let me see if I can throw out my 3 influences and throwing out the softballs there. The one classic rock guy, one metal guy, and fucking the classical musician. I like Jeff Beck, Yngwie Malmsteen, and fucking Brahms. You shithead. Right?
So
I remember the Buckethead one. What's his name? Brian Carroll.
Yeah. He used to have like finger extensions.
He had an extension on his pinky. Yeah, it's like
It says here, Lynn Turner explains why he still wears his wig while performing classic songs.
Oh, really?
Oh, so he takes it off of the show. It's like, oh, here's the new music. Me as bald, and
there's like this. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah.
Yeah, Shane, I wouldn't put too much. I wouldn't put too much into that. They want you to think there's things out there so they can take more control. But trust me, if there was anything out there, these people are not smart enough to keep it fucking quiet.
Yeah, the next tragedy or crisis or whatever is going to be, oh, UFOs are real and they pose a threat.
Yeah, it's just
okay. No, this guy's he knows his shit. Who is Shane the 14? That Stephen Greer, that's the guy that did Unacknowledged. And that's what he's talking about. That's what he did that whole film. Or he was, the basis of that whole film. So
yeah, cell phones don't have optical zoom, but I mean, like back in the 70s, there were more UFO footage out there than today from average citizens, and they had like video cameras and whatever
get the shitty
cameras.
Get back in the house. Get the shitty camera. No, we're taking.
Now everyone's got a camera.
Get the Polaroid that can't handle the light.
Doesn't matter. It's like there should be more videos out there. And clearer videos.
Look, I'll argue. I'll argue all day. You guys want to tell me there's UFOs? I know, Matt, you believe it. I don't. You want to argue with me all day about it? We can't.
Watch the film.
Well, my mind is
the film's not going to change my mind. You have no. I'm telling you. My point is, why discuss it? Because
what film?
I believe.
Unacknowledged.
I don't even know if we're even. I mean, we could be in a fucking. This could be a simulation. I have no idea what the hell we're even living in. I don't know, but do I believe that aliens have come down and people have been able to shut their mouth? That would be a first.
If there's a,
I can't get people to shut their mouth when I'm trying to smoke a cigar.
I got a bone to pick with the programmer.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't believe I don't believe people can shut up.
Well, and that's the point of the film, Dave. That's the point of the film. Is these
I know, but anytime you get to the point of the film, like if you ever watch the Y Files and he talks about the UFO guys, and then you find out this guy's nuts, and that is the guy.
That's just it, Dave. It's not UFO guys. These are like
no, that's what I'm talking
leaders
about.
Of countries and military like generals and shit. These aren't like just Joe Jackoff from the woods who like said, "Oh, UFO." No, that's not what it is. At all.
Yeah. So here's my thought of it. All these people there are people in the know, and most of the time when people see alien ships and stuff, they're seeing stuff that we're building that we don't want other people to know we're building. So it's a lot better when somebody says what's going on, and then you act suspicious about it, like maybe it is UFOs, because you're not sitting there going, they're making a new spy plane. And they're all going,
okay. Well, here's some of that, aspect of it is that, a lot of the shit people are seeing is stuff that we made, but we made it with that technology we got from the stuff that they retrieved from these alien things.
Cheech, is actually saying to me that Art Bell is the haven of alien encounter stories that we should listen to, I would say no. I would say the fact that you just said that, Cheech, is my exact reason. I love Coast to Coast. Coast to Coast, now it's George Norrie, right? Before that, it was Art Bell. That is the greatest fucking roping in of people, and he's roping them in. You don't think Art Bell believes this shit, do you? Because I can tell you right now, he doesn't. He's retired now, but Art Bell was like, he's fucking reeling them in. Somebody once was talking on the Art Bell show, and they were saying something absurd. And Art Bell goes, "Oh, I had that exact same thought. I thought the same thing myself." Meanwhile, I'm laughing my balls off going, "Oh, of course you did." It's so ridiculous. And the guy's just roping them in, and it's an entertaining show. And Phil Hendry once talked about, because Phil Hendry used to do an Art Bell impersonation, said something to Art Bell about all the people that call this show. And Art Bell made some comment like, "It's a fucking show. It's a show. It's not my real life." Like, so, no, anything is not possible. No, absolutely not. Anything is possible. No, that would be a negative. Anything is not possible.
I still have.
If anything was possible, anything would be possible, but it's not. That's why we have laws of physics.
Because the vastness of the universe, something could be out there.
Okay.
Definitely, there's things out there. 100%. Nowhere are they coming close to us. And who knows? Like, if you even look at Star Wars says it right from the beginning. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there could be way more advanced things that have already been wiped out of other planets. Just like you're saying, is there life going to be close to us during our lifetime? Who knows? Because we're only here for a snapshot. If you think of the universe as being 13 billion years old, and we are now on a planet that's 4.5 billion years old. And let's say the civilization that built the pyramids were already wiped out. So what was that? 12,000 years ago, they say, 13,000 years ago. And they were wiped out. But now we're here. Yeah. So the development of other places, people could have already developed well beyond us and lost their life. Cheech, you got to listen before you make a comment. You'd understand my relation. What I'm talking about is that you're saying that things would happen at the exact time. And I'm explaining to you that Star Wars makes a great point that another planet had life. It evolved. It went to and they became so futuristic, and it's still before our time. Now we're here. They could have all been wiped out. Where did they go? Who knows?
You need to watch 65, Dave. I already told you that.
No, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what I'm saying is,
but no, I'm saying
you're assuming that all life happens on the same timeline, and it may not. Like, there could be planets out there where there are human beings on another planet, but they're in the early stages of life. They're still fucking making fire.
Let's go to a different. Let's go to a different.
65. It's amazing.
Aspect here. So, okay, you don't believe in aliens, but what about ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Okay. Because
ghosts could be. So do I think it's the soul? I mean, because we could be living in multiple dimensions.
There you go.
So a ghost could be another. Oh yeah, no, I'm totally into that. I mean,
there could be residual energy.
Let me explain something to you pretty crazy, because I grew up in a house where my mother taught astrology and did astrology my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was surrounded by that. My aunt used to do tarot, and I'm always been around that stuff. It's been second nature. I never put any credence into it, even though I know a fuckload about it. If somebody wants to talk planets with me, signs, houses, whatever you want to discuss, that's fine. Ascendants, whatever. The point I'm making is, so there's a guy who predicts earthquakes and all these events. And it came out, there was another guy that wanted to figure out what he was doing. And what he basically was doing was talking about when Jupiter and Saturn, when they were in 120 degrees, whether they were 90 degrees, 180. So basically, like in astrology, when they're squaring it and when they're trining it, and when it's all like the same. Basically, it's almost like astrologically. And this guy's got like a 95% correct report, like of predicting storms. So there could be something to it. And here I was my whole life saying, you don't know. But here's a guy that basically says every time we are in opposition with with Jupiter, we have an event. And the opposition is an astrological term when it's at 180 degrees. When it's 120 degrees, when it's at a what do they call 120 degrees? Is it a square?
A hot fucking day.
They call
A
that
square? No, that's 90 degrees.
Phoenix,
is a square.
Arizona in August.
But anyways, my point is, I don't know. So do I believe in ghosts? Like have a conscious? I don't know. I honestly, I would say probably not. But I do believe that there are probably many universes, realities going on, dimensions going on, and maybe they cross, and maybe some things happen. Because we could be in a, I don't know. And honestly, like the same thing when it comes to people when they talk about religion and they say, I don't know if there's a God. I don't know that there isn't a God. I do know that religion is fiction. At least I know that's made up. Now, is it made up based on something that we should be doing? I don't know. But is there a God? Is there a maker? Did somebody program this fucking world? I don't know. I don't know. I don't spend too much time on it because I don't want to say I don't care, but I'm going to find out at some point when my number comes up.
Yeah, obviously. But it's the whole thing you were talking about, science, and it's like, the thing that animates a human body is energy, and energy can't be destroyed. It can only transform.
That is correct.
So when you die, where does the energy go?
That's true. And we don't know. And God, I would hope that you could go on and do we go into another being? I don't know. It's a great question.
Snowball has a good one. Remember the George Carlin thing? He said God doesn't need your money, but George Carlin had a thing where God is this and this, and he needs your money.
Yeah, he needs your money. Yeah, no, I mean, you could sit there and, I wouldn't say anything is possible.
But
I mean, there's some stuff that I don't think we understand. And, there's a lot of interesting things, but, the Big Bang being a crock of shit has already been somewhat kind of proven that it's a crock of shit because the Holmes, what are they called? The James Webb telescope went up in space and showed them some things that they are very disturbed at seeing.
I didn't realize Morgan Freeman was Jewish. Morgan Friedman.
He makes good amps too.
Yeah.
What were you just saying, Dave? About
About the Big Bang. Yeah, the Big Bang.
What did they see that made them?
There's 6 ginormous galaxies where there shouldn't be any. Yeah.
See, that's the other thing. People think science is irrefutable, and it's like science is wrong all the fucking time.
All the time.
Science. I mean, it's the least. If there's a prevailing theory, usually that gets blown out of the water by the minority theory. That's how breakthroughs come through.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I went for my physical, my yearly physical. The nurse, while she was taking my blood pressure, by the way, my blood pressure was 110/80. My resting heart rate was 56. And she says to me, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions. I said,
how's your
sure, go right
prostate?
ahead. Do you wear a seatbelt when you drive your car? I said, what? She goes, I know, I'm so sorry. These questions are so fucking stupid. I said, yes, I do. And if we're being recorded, I always drive and follow every law. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Then she was like, does anyone in your home smoke? I said, yeah, I smoke cigars. Do you smoke in the house? I smoke outside. Do you have carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide? I said, yes, my house is up to fucking code. Is this my medical shit? So then the doctor comes in and he starts giving me, he starts in with the, he's just busting balls, really good guy. But he said to me something about, I forget what it was. And I said, listen, I'm not taking medical advice from some guy that's asking me if I'm wearing a seatbelt. And, it was fucking funny. But anyway, so then I said to him, I go, your nurse asked me if I still had anxiety. I said, I don't have anxiety. I never had anxiety. Do I seem like a guy that has anxiety? He's like, well, no, but when you came in, we put you on metoprolol. I said, yeah, I had a racy heart. I said, I didn't know what was causing it, but it wasn't anxiousness. I said, I don't want it to say that I was anxious because I was never anxious. He goes, let me fix that. Dave is anxious about his medical report.
Like that episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, I said to him, I go, after this, I won't be able to go to the vet. It's unbelievable. But seriously, science is always wrong.
Yeah.
And like I say, you can sit, and it's really not the science that's wrong. It's the reading of it that's wrong. And that's why I always say it's so important when we talk about diet nutrition and you see people talking about cholesterol. They haven't got any of this right. They would much rather you take a fucking pill to cause your liver to be inflamed and cause you to have lower cholesterol than to be healthy. Your body knows how much cholesterol you need. Fucking
listen,
it's nuts.
You can't get your hand up your ass past your wrist, but if you take omega-13, you'll get to the fucking elbow. Take omega-13.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to take a look at science. Is
13.
And not all of it's bad. I don't want to say it's all bad, but it's not religion, right? So like when people did about the jab and everyone was like, you got to take it. And I still see people. And when I went and I knew I was in trouble when I went to that fucking play and I'm at the Opera House in Boston.
Masks.
And people around me are wearing masks. And I'm being vocal. I'm like, who the fuck is still wearing a mask? I'm saying it aloud. I want to fucking piss people off because they're pissing me off. Take your mask off. You look ridiculous.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
take turmeric at all. I don't take any spices.
I still see people wearing them by themselves in their cars.
You just said you use white pepper.
Oh, I do. But pepper's not I'm carnivore. Pepper's not considered a spice. Salt and pepper's it on the diet.
At the cigar place in Pawtucket there, we'll look out the windows and see the cars drive by with people friggin' with masks still on.
Wearing masks. It's so fucking ridiculous. And thing is, it's just ridiculous. And yeah, they would much rather put you on a pill. I mean, let's put it this way. This is how Big Pharma works. The big pharmaceutical companies are like, we can't sell enough drugs. So how can we give the drugs to healthy people? They keep lowering the number of cholesterol. I'm telling you, if you guys watch that video that I posted about Ufi, whatever his name is, Ravnikov, I forget what his last name is. But anyways, this guy's working on it for 30 years, says fucking cholesterol. He goes, your cholesterol could be 450. You're still fine. He goes, you might want to find out why your body's running so high on it, but it's not a health risk at all. And these people are full of shit, and they're giving shit to you that inflame your fucking liver. It's just, listen, it's all about getting the drugs and it's nuts.
Yep.
And, so, when it comes to science and all that, and it's the same people that'll sit there and talk about how to misread science. The same people when they sit there and tell you that like, oh, the wood on the guitar definitely tell the tone because, what's his name? What the hell's his name? It's Newton's law of it's like, no, it has nothing to do with Newton's law. We're talking about how an electrical pickup picks up a fucking signal from a magnet. You know what I mean? It's like you can't, people will take science and try to mutate it to fit what they want it to do. But it's just, with a gun to their head. And I'll say, look, anybody, you want to put a gun to your head and tell me which one is which? I would make that bet with you that you can't. You want to sit there and tell me you can tell the difference. Like, there's a video that a guy does. You guys know who the guitar samurai is?
Yeah, I've seen him on.
All right. So the guitar samurai does a video where he sits next to a guy and he has to decide what guitar the guy's playing. Well, you're sitting next to the guy. If he pulls out a Gibson, you're going to smell if it has nitro finish. You're going to smell that. I can smell a Gibson coming out of its case every time. And he gets to touch the guitar, and he's sitting next to it and can hear it acoustically. You want to do a real test where you tell me you can tell the guitar, get the guitar player in the other room, sit next to the fucking amplifier, and tell me what guitar he's playing. That's a pair of balls. But sitting next to a guy going, oh, I did pretty good. No, you did shitty because you cheated the whole fucking time. I can sit next to a guy and tell you what he's playing because I can hear the fucking thing acoustically. But that's not how the guitar works. Let me hear the amplifier. You go in the other room. You think when you go to a concert, you're sitting there like, wow, that guitar has a lot of sustain. That must be because I can hear it in the back row. You're hearing fucking nothing but speakers and, you know what I mean, coming out of the PA. That's how you hear the instrument. When you're hearing it in a fucking record, you're hearing it out of the fucking amplifier. Sit next to the amplifier and tell me what guitar somebody's playing, and I guarantee you're not going to know what the fuck it is.
Yep.
If you take the telly neck and pick up on a banjo, if you take the banjo drum thing from vibrating, you wouldn't be able to tell. Can you tell that Jimmy Page used a banjo string on his Les Paul? There's no way you're going to tell. You couldn't tell. I mean,
why?
Why what?
Would he use a banjo string on his
because back in the early 60s, they didn't have light strings. Everything was like 11s. And so what Jimmy Page did, and Jeff Beck did too, is they took the 11s and put it on the second string, put every string up one so it was up to the fifth, and then put an 8-gauge banjo string as the high E. Yeah, Iommi did it too. Because that was the only way you could get light gauge strings until mid-60s, 67 or 68 when Ernie Ball came out with his brand.
Right, but real banjo strings are loop. They don't have a ball end.
Right, they're steel. Yeah, they would have to Jimmy the thing.
I guess you'd have to try to take a ball end and try to get it.
Well, I think it was Ernie Ball that used to put it on a ball end. Like that was what Ernie Ball did for them, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he came out with Slinkies.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's winding the ball on it himself, but I think what's his name did it for him.
Oh, okay.
It's a ghost.
Yeah. Dude, I've experienced some shit. And I know other people that have experienced some shit. So
I've experienced.
Yeah, I'm not right. Exactly. And I wouldn't say that, like I said, I don't know because I know people. I don't want to say that they experience. I don't fear anything. Let me put it that way. Like if somebody says to me, there's a house that's haunted and we're going to give you $1,000 and you can sleep there the night, but you can't do it. I'd go. I have no fear of it.
Well, I have no fear, but I do have fear of boredom. I mean, I'd like to bring a radio or a TV or something.
Well, thank God you can't be your own friend, because fuck.
Oh, geez. There's a reason why solitary confinement drives people up walls.
No, but I'm saying you're talking about one night. Look, someone tells you there's a haunted house. Would you go?
Yeah,
it depends. I mean, because there's different kinds of hauntings. There's like,
Yeah, but you don't know.
Yeah, you don't. But if it's supposedly haunted, people will probably have some opinion on whether it's like an evil thing or if it's not, because
okay, if it's evil,
I don't want to fuck with it, man. There's been too many things I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand that, but I also feel there's a cynic in me.
What's his name?
His name is Bruce. Come over here, Bruce. Hello, Frisco.
Oh, good one, Crow.
Jesus.
I've seen ghosts twice, Cheech. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've been in the presence of a ghost. I mean, I feel like, let's put it this way. I can't say yes or no. I wouldn't know.
I'm serious though. I need a TV or some entertainment or something.
I'm just saying to you, someone's paying like $10,000, Krell.
Yeah, $10,000.
You have to sleep someplace on a cot one night.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'd do it.
They say it's haunted by Satan and his three sisters.
In a dress.
Right? And people say, and there's blood all over the house from the guy who lived there before because he murdered the whole family.
Now what if
I gotta make it scary.
What if it was like Amityville horror shit?
Nothing happened in that house.
I
Yeah,
know.
but in
I'm
that
saying,
house, that was
other than
yeah,
a
I'm
murder.
not saying that really happened. I'm saying if it was shit like that, though.
real shit.
Real shit.
You mean
It's
like the book? Yeah. See, I don't know if I believe it. I'd say let me go. You want me to give me 10 grand to go sit in the house? You say it's going to be the scariest thing, and I can't stay all night. I'll take that bet. I would. I just wouldn't care.
You would.
You'd be fine.
Well, everything
just
the
don't-
Warrens put their hands on turned into sensationalized bullshit. Like
Oh,
down
yeah, that's
street
the
here at
couple that-
Conjuring House and
Yeah.
Amityville.
I enjoyed it. No, first of all, that's not true. The Conjuring was an excellent film. I enjoyed it,
You
and I
enjoyed
liked the
that?
second one.
I probably didn't like that because being a townie, having it being in my town, friggin'
Oh, was it in your town? I don't know.
Yeah.
They had that doll. What was the doll's name? Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Annabelle was
great.
actually a Raggedy Ann doll. in
Yeah,
real
it's
life.
great. Raggedy Ann and Andy. Whatever happened? You guys remember Dressy Bessie and Dapper Dan?
yeah. I don't remember what they look.
When I
what
hear
they look
Dapper
like.
Dan, I think of Oh Brother Where Art Thou, that brand of palm.
I know, but do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about,
No.
Matt.
I remember those names. I don't remember what they look like.
They were dolls for like girls. My older sister had them when I was a little kid.
Yeah, like
I
I
just
said,
remember the names Dressy Bessie and Dapper Dan.
Yep.
Betsy Wetsy.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Squire brings up a good point. You say to me, hey, there's a motel over there and it's haunted and it's empty. I'll spend the night for 10 grand. There's a motel over there and there's a bunch of junkies over there shitting all over the place. Yeah, fuck you.
No, they'll
Yeah,
kill
Not
you.
going.
Exactly.
I'm not going. I don't want to smell feces and heroin.
He'll catch dysentery.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
We'll leave a light on, please. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Motel heat. Meats, men gotta eat. Yeah, it's like there's all kinds
People
of
say, you know, when
critters
you're
in
around
Farmer-
ghosts, it smells like burnt
Farmer
toast.
Vince's
I'll
critters.
smell that before I smell this guy's ass in a fucking black and some Mexican black tar.
da.
Some black tar heroin. Christ. Harry's still smoking those terrible cigars. Fish for dinner last night. Did a cow
shit in
take
there?
a shit in here?
Did a hobo shit in your mouth?
Yeah, hepatitis. Exactly. Forget it. Forget it. Like I said, I'm afraid of more shit like that than fucking.
Yeah, I'm afraid of definite real life. it's like real life scares the shit.
It's like
Yeah.
haunted house or homeless camp. Which would you spend the night in?
Now, did you watch that haunted house movie, that Motel LLC, whatever that is?
No, that was called Hell House LLC.
Hell House.
Yes. No,
Because I thought it was a really clever take on making a horror movie,
I
even
think
though it's kind of like.
that might
what's
be
the one
on my list tonight. I did watch the new Evil Dead movie last night.
How was it?
That great.
Huh?
That was awesome.
It was.
I went to
it
go
was-
see it in the theater.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
a
it
month
was. It
ago.
was pretty good. It was.
Surprisingly good.
It had little nods to the original films in it, and it was the thing that I did appreciate was that
It was either that or-
once you watch the beginning, and then you watch the bulk of the film, you're going, "What the fuck did that beginning have to do with this film?" And then
Yeah.
they show you at the end,
Yeah.
But,
It ties it up.
it ties it
Ricky
all together.
Compton, I think it's on Prime, if I'm not mistaken.
What? the
You know what I
Hell
watched?
House
Is I watched.
LLC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tubi.
Is it? Oh,
it's on
Tubi?
Prime too.
Tubi.
Oh, I
It's
think
on-
it's Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
So
Prime.
I
too.
watched last night and the night before. I watched Extraction.
Oh,
You guys
with,
seen
Chris
Extraction
Hemsworth?
with Chris? Yeah, have you seen it?
Not yet. No.
Okay. It's okay. You know what I can't stand? Have you guys ever seen the movie Taken?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have
Okay.
A certain set of skills.
How great is Taken?
That's
It's
awesome.
great.
It's phenomenal. And you know what the best part is? He's kicking the shit out of everybody. And it's not like every fight he gets into is 10 minutes. It's 2 seconds and he's beating the fucking killing him.
Mhm.
And you're like, this is how every movie should be.
Yeah.
I just want to see the guy
goal is
kick
to
ass.
kill a fucker. Yeah.
I just want to see him kick ass. And it's a 30-minute movie. He saves his daughter at the end. but it's a whole movie of just kicking ass. Well, Extraction is over 2 hours long, and every fight is like, can you beat somebody up? Can you fucking win a fight? Everything is like right down to the wire. I'm like, you got to be. It would have been a better movie if they treated it like Taken, where he just goes in and kicks ass. But he's getting shot. He's like half dead.
Well,
I'm like,
that's the thing with some movies, though. It's like, do you remember John Carpenter's They Live?
yeah,
Where,
That's a
where
great
Rod-
movie.
Roddy
Awesome
Piper and
That Keith David, yeah.
they get in this
that
fight.
fight,
It's like,
that fight's like 7-8
That
minutes.
is right.
not
Never
to mention-
ends, and I love it.
no human being could take that many blows to the head.
oh, it's
Yeah, but it was
ridiculous.
hilarious, though. It's hilarious that it took that long.
It is funny, but the thing is, this movie in Extraction, it becomes like, I just want to fast forward to the end and see how it ends. Just get me through it, because it was like every fight, and it's both movies, it's 1 and 2. Every fight is a marathon, and I'm like, hey, you come on, and it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just want to see him fucking kill everybody. You
I'm
know
like that
that's going to
with-
be the end goal, and that's what happened at the end. But it wasn't pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, if you want to see a guy survive 2 hours of the ugliest fucking fighting and escaping death, that's it.
Yeah. It's the same with car chases, though, too. I hate it when car chases go on for like 15 minutes.
Oh,
Well, the one in Bullets are classic, though.
Ronin was good.
Yep.
The Frankenheimer, whatever his name is.
Oh, the Blues Brothers, classic. That is one of the best.
But that was like a comedy car
Yeah,
chase.
it is, but it's still a car chase.
Yeah, but it's when they take it serious and they take it too long and it gets on my nerves.
Yeah. So anyway, I wouldn't highly recommend the Extraction. I heard John Wick 4 wasn't that good.
Mm.
And have you guys
4 or
seen it?
3?
I've only seen the
4.
first. I've only seen the first one.
I've
I
never
think
seen
it's on
any of them.
Prime. I haven't seen any of them. Oh, John Wick 1's excellent.
Yeah, the first one was good.
And 2 is really good. 3 gets a little overdone. It becomes a little showboaty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little Hollywood. And I haven't seen the 4th one, but
You know what I've been watching lately? You ever hear
Porn?
of that show, The League?
no.
It's now it's about a bunch of 30-somethings. They're in a fantasy football league, right? So there's some inside humor, but the whole show is just them fucking insulting each other, and it's fucking hilarious. All the situations they get in.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah, check it out. Each episode's only like 20, 22 minutes.
So this Hell House LLC has a part 2 and a part 3. Have you watched all of them?
No, I've only
Never
seen
heard
the
of it.
first one.
Wow,
But like
thought
I said, it was a really cool. First of all, let me just say this about the movie. It's entertaining as hell. And it's a very unique take on a horror movie that I haven't seen. I enjoyed the take on it. So for me, on that alone, I was like, well, this is excellent, because I haven't seen a movie like this. It was scary to the point where I was like, I was enjoying it. Yeah, Cheech, I know astrology. Like I said, I grew up with it my whole life. Astrology, tarot. I'll tell you what, Matt, what's your birthday?
March 13th.
13th. He's a Pisces. Joe, what's your birthday?
December 10th.
Sagittarius. Grell,
May 20th.
Taurus. Oh, no, you're on the cusp.
Yep, last day.
Does it hurt being on a cusp?
Well, they say you're on the cusp, but until you gave me your birth time, I would know what
I have
if you
no
really
idea
were
what
a
time.
Taurus or you were. But
I
I
have
think
no
you're still.
idea
I think
how
you're
I
like
I
29.
have no idea
degrees
how
or
I get my
something.
birth time.
It's on your June 26th, so you are a Cancer, Cheech. That makes sense. Water sign.
Yeah, I don't think my birth certificate has a time on it. Just says a date.
Yep, Aquarius.
This is a military hospital.
I'm an April 4th, which means I am an Aries.
Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. I remember that one.
But it goes way more into that. When you get into astrology, you have to know what your sun sign is, which mine is
Dave,
Aries.
Dave, your birthday is April 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
My
Moore's
birthday-
birthday is April 4th.
So you're in 4/4.
That's right, I am. Yeah.
So who's born June 8th?
Yeah, and if you ever see my email
okay.
on my Outlook email, you guys know my Gmail, but it's there's a 44 there. That's what 44 is not for my age when I did it, but it's my birthday.
July 8th.
October 17th is Libra for Janice Lala. October 8th. Oh, is this the Joe? That's the premise for the film.
Yeah, the description.
Yeah, it's great.
I love the 3 adjectives they have for it: cerebral, eerie, fantastic.
Did
So,
anyone watch
speaking
the
of astrology, there was a great book called "The Greatest Story Ever Sold," and it's a book on religion about the story of Christ, and it really goes into how a lot of it was based on astrology, and that there's astrological things throughout the whole Bible, and including to the point where they ask Jesus where he goes when he's gone, and in Luke 22:10, and he responds back, "Follow the man with the water pitcher into a house," which is Aquarius, the water bearer, because the theory is that the cycle of the Bible is really talking about the precession of the sun, where the sun moves every age, it moves backwards through the astrological signs. So basically, like, eventually that's the age of Aquarius. Jesus era will be the age of Pisces, which is why he's the symbol of the fish. Before that, it's the age of Aries, which is the ram, which is why the Jews, the symbol's the ram's horn. But when Moses came down from the mountain, what were they worshiping? They're worshiping a bull calf. That was supposed to symbolize the age of Taurus, which was before Aries. So it's basically the precession of the sun. I'm not into religion. I'm born Jewish, but I don't have a religion. I don't believe. I mean, other than I know how to speak Yiddish and can throw around the Yiddish talk.
You can actually speak fluent Yiddish.
No, but I know what the words mean. I mean, no one speaks. My grandmother spoke Yiddish. When you go to temple, they speak Hebrew.
Why does it always sound like they're hawking a loogie?
That's Hebrew.
Oh, that's Hebrew.
Yiddish is really like street German. It's like a Creole of German and Russian. So like that's why like when you hear like no, I've never been to Israel. That's why when you hear like words like
Goy.
Well, goy is I think is from a Hebrew word, but
okay.
But if you hear words like schwarze,
Yeah.
which Jewish people will say if they see a black person. Some people think it's derogatory, but it's not derogatory. It literally translates to black. Yeah, and in German it's just schwarz.
Yep.
So I mean, but like or like when you call somebody gay, they're a fagela, and that's because fagela in Yiddish means small bird. But just like in Brazilian, I guess what are they, Portuguese? They say fiado for gay people, and that means a deer. So I don't know. It's somewhere in these cultures they have animal names for homosexuals.
Well, it's funny. The name Schwarzenegger
Schmankel?
literally translates to black. Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
It means what?
Black. Yeah, because Neger is German for Negro.
Yeah.
And Schwarz is means
Yeah, that's
black.
what his name means. Yeah, for sure.
Black.
It means black.
Black, like black dark, black night, black. Yeah.
Black
Well,
and
look,
black.
look at Richie Kotzen. Kotzen means to puke.
What?
Yeah, Kotzen means puke.
That's right, Krell. Your mother's German.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the words.
Knows that. I wonder if he knows.
Well,
that.
I find this out because I'm listening to something like Richie Kotzen's. His name's Kotzen.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something, I mean, completely off the subject we got here. That guy is one of the most underrated players, man. He's never on any of these lists, and he's fucking amazing. I mean,
Outrageous. He's
The
great.
albums he's
Yeah.
done with Adrian
Who?
Smith are amazing.
Oh, Richie Kotzen. Yeah.
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 I mean, all the
My-
Winery Dogs albums are great. I mean,
That's why off camera I have my Kotzen telly.
mhm.
Yeah, he's one of my top. Any given day, he could be.
Yeah, and why haven't we ever talked about that? Because he's never on any of these lists ever.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, he's also got a fucking great voice.
Yeah.
I always said if he ever like those guys would need. I mean, because they definitely need some songwriting to be a little bit more. I don't know. There's like a difference when you hear when you hear like a Soundgarden song, like any of the ones on Super Unknown, you relate to them really well. And when I heard some of Richie's stuff, I was like, it's okay, but the topic isn't like, it's not, there isn't pain in the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't connect with it as much. You know what I mean? Like, he had a song called Socialite. Remember when he was solo? I think it was solo before Winery Dogs. He had a song called Socialite. And I was like, the song doesn't say anything.
Albums.
Yeah, but the Winery Dog stuff is great, man.
Yeah, it's very good. And they do cool covers. I dig them.
They do.
I tell you what, man,
Bell Love.
That
What
guy.
is Schmenkel? Schmenkel? Schmeckel or Schmenkel?
Schmeckel is your dick, right?
All right. Cheech wants to know what Krell bar means. Oh, I actually went over that.
I mean,
a
Dick,
while
you
ago.
could say
it's
it's
a made up word,
Yeah,
Cheech.
putz. Which is why if you ever seen what's the Mel Brooks movie where they're Spaceballs, was it?
They're Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Right, remember Spaceballs when they pulled him off the golf course and he was with the hot girl? Was that Spaceballs? Yeah. And he goes, why don't you go back to the golf course and work on your putts?
Was it Spaceballs?
I think it was that. But that's what a putz is, you dick.
Dave,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Did you bullshit last week?
Yeah.
Did you try to bullshit last week?
Listen, if I could say anything about what's her face, B. Arthur.
Yeah.
She's the greatest. And her voice when she's saying that, did you bullshit? Like,
that was fucking great.
Yeah.
she's so great. I love B. Arthur.
Oh, a bullshit artist. Did you bullshit last week?
Joe,
Yeah.
do you
Did
have
you
a
try to bullshit last
Joe? Do you have a fan blowing on you because your shirt is doing a dance? Like
Right here. Right here, or I fucking die.
watching this shirt go like this, but your beard doesn't move. It's really weird. I got a good story about Kotzen though, man. I went to see Uli was playing out in this place in the middle of nowhere in LA. I mean, it was literally, I was driving around like one lane mountains stuff. You get to this place and it's some old theater, and they booked like really good acts. And I can't remember the name of the place, but me and a friend of mine
talking about the one in
it's south. It's south.
Oh, south, not the one in
It's not
Canyon Club.
No. This is south, and it's way out. It's closer
Like
to
Costa Mesa.
I
I know what it is. It's called the I saw Uli there with was it UFO or Michael Schenker Group? One of the two. I can't remember which. I think it was UFO.
I don't know, but it was an old movie theater, and because the floor still went like that and everything, and it was Uli, and that's Warren DeMartini played with him at
okay.
part of the show. Anyway, Kotzen was doing a solo gig after that, and he just had a trio, and he and the bass player and the drummer set up their own shit in about 5 minutes. All he brought out was a little Fender combo amp about this big, sat it on the stage, put a mic on it, and they fucking killed. It sounded awesome. And I was like, I can't believe these guys just each brought a little combo amp, set it on the stage, put a mic on it, little 5-piece drum set, and they fucking killed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the name of that place? I think I've seen shows there.
I've seen it's way out in the middle of fucking nowhere in a little
I think
town.
it's Costa Mesa.
I don't know.
Is it the Big Sur Tap House?
No.
But look up Costa Mesa. Look up Rock Club Costa Mesa.
I don't think it was Costa Mesa though.
I know, but I want to see which one I'm where I saw him there. I definitely seen him there.
Okay. Best punk rock bars. Yeah, Costa Mesa. Nope, that's not. Let's see. There's Strut. No, that's a gay nightclub. Commissary 2.0. Commissary 2.0.
No.
Cuckoo's Nest. That was in Costa Mesa.
Maybe it's not in Costa Mesa. Maybe Matt's right.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
not-
in Costa Mesa.
The Fling, Dull Hut, Mission Bar, Blue Door Bar,
Hold on.
Misty's, Chain Reaction, Blarney Stone.
just put in rock clubs near near San Diego or something. I don't know, because it was south.
Let's see.
The Casbah, Patrick's Gas Lamp, Soda Bar, House of Blues, San Diego, Tower Bar,
And-
Whistle
The Coach
Stop,
House.
No,
That's the
The
one I
Salty
went to.
Frog.
The Coach House.
Okay.
Where is the Coach House?
this place was so far out that we took roads that if your headlights went out, you'd be in pitch blackness.
Oh, it's in San Juan Capistrano. For some reason, I always thought it was Costa Mesa where that was.
Mm.
Oh, Balboa Island is right in Newport Beach. That's
wow.
beautiful.
It's after 10:30 already.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, Richie's awesome. Like I said, I love his voice a lot too. I think
Yeah,
he's
me
great.
too.
Winston's Beach Club, the Merrow, Kensington.
I'll tell you, the album Beyond the Astral Skies is a really
Shout
important
House.
guitar album for me.
Mhm.
Blue Agave, Soda Bar,
Uli from '85, and I love all the Uli stuff with the Scorpions.
U31, Tommy Bahama, the Merrow.
Yeah, I don't know where
Oh,
he's talking. Maybe
narrow.
he's talking about Oceanside. You mean it's not almost in San Diego?
It's closer. It's north of it, but I think it's also
Yes, I think it's Oceanside area, like
But
near
I
Oceanside.
think it's east of it too. It's not on towards
Oh.
the coast. Yeah, I think
Gotcha.
it's east.
You're
'cause you-
talking way.
Yeah, you would
Way the
take
balls
you know
up.
you'd take 405 south, and then I think you had to go east.
Casa
Yeah,
de Oro,
Oh, what is that? Like
La Barita,
begins with a T. The name of the town's over there. Not Temecula, but
But the thing that amazed me is that there's hardly anybody there. I mean,
Yeah.
the attendance at this place was always like hardly anything, and they would get like good fucking bands in there.
I'm looking it up. Hold on a sec. Let me just see.
oh shit,
And you don't know what town it was in, huh?
No,
Ooh,
it's
what is
the
that?
only show I ever saw there.
the District.
Hell, it
Well,
might
it's
be
global.
called something else by now, because this was
Right.
Yeah,
years and years ago.
yeah, we don't have any chance of.
Yeah, if you knew the town, it would be easier because
Is it east of San Bernardino?
No, I don't think
San
it is.
Bernardino is east.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's saying
east
it's
of-
south,
I'm saying it's
Okay.
south and a little east.
south and
It's-
inland.
South of LA, you mean? South
Right.
of LA.
Right.
Yeah,
close
south
by,
of LA. It would be like where you see Oceanside, Krell.
Oceanside.
Oh, what?
let's see.
There's a town over there that begins with a V that's east. What?
Victorville?
No, Victorville's north of LA. Visalia, something like that. Look by Oceanside. You see Oceanside?
I
It's going
gotta
to be
look
north
up.
of San Diego. It's going to be just north of San Diego.
By next week, I'll ask the guy that I went with and see if he remembers
Yeah.
the name of it.
I'm surprised you don't have the ticket stubs.
You know what? I might have
Ah,
it, but
see?
if I do, it's stashed, with all the other ones. So I'd have to look.
Okay, I see Oceanside by the ocean.
All right, so then go inland.
Inland. Okay.
There's a
Oh,
town
shoot.
there that begins with a V.
Okay, that'd be Valley Center.
Keep going.
Keep going east. Okay, there's Ramona, Sin, Isabel. Let's see. I don't see any other
All right.
V's. Valley Center was the only one.
No,
I
it could be
saw.
anything. I didn't say it was the town that was going to be a V for him. I'm just thinking.
Oh. Valley View.
He's saying it's inland from the ocean because when Costa Mesa and all that stuff, that's all on the ocean side's on the water. Oceanside is where Camp Pendleton is, and It's just before you get into San Diego.
Yeah, we'll wait until Matt asks his buddy there.
There used to be a card room over.
I'm texting him right now to see.
Oh, okay. There used to be a
cool.
card room down there called the Ocean's 11, which was a great poker room.
We didn't
They got
get a chance
poker
to do
rooms
any
off.
lists this week.
Oh, yeah. Franz list.
Well, I did mention that one to you, Dave, the top 3 character actors.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Let me hear what your top 3 while he's looking this up.
This can change at any time, but I mean, like I was watching on Saturday, I watched this show Suits on Netflix, and the first season was good, and it had Rick Hoffman in it.
Oh, I love Rick Hoffman.
Yeah, I
from
put him
Hostel.
at number 3. Hostel. He steals the show in Hostel. He's in there for like fucking 1 minute.
Yeah.
Number 2, Brian James.
I
talked
met
about
Brian
that.
James once.
Number 1, you got to put Dick Miller.
Oh,
Everything.
What happened?
Have
Are we
no
all
idea.
here?
Yeah, I'm here.
no.
All right, how about this? Here's my 3 favorite character actors. Vito Scotti. By the way, Joe, thank you for having faith in me. I was right. There are 6 episodes he was on, not 5. Vito Scotti would be my number 1. My other one would be Val Avery.
And why is
Yeah,
that
you might be seeing that all these people are only on Columbo. I'm trying to think who else. And then Patrick McGowan.
Oh,
Joe, did you find out, Matt?
I'm waiting.
Val Avery, huh? Patrick McGowan, he's considered a character actor?
Well, he is on Columbo. Either that or what's his name? Culp. Robert Culp.
Yeah, he always plays bit things in a lot of. Val
Let me
Avery,
see
yeah,
it.
I recognize him.
Oh, he's in everything. But he's in like 4
It's like
episodes of Columbo.
He's like a poor man's Wilford Brimley.
Oh, yeah. There's Balboa Island. All right, so I'm looking at a map real quick here. I just wanted to see there was something that I was thinking of. Aliso Viejo. No. There's not much out there. Rancho Mission Vieja. There might have been a club out there. Wow. Here's Camp Pendleton. Loma Alta. North Valley.
So this
Oh, Vista was the town I was trying to think of.
so the lineup for this show was Tony McAlpine opened,
Wow.
and then it was Uli with Warren sitting in, and then it was Richie.
Wow.
And there was hardly there must have been like 20 people there.
That's great.
Yeah. And
I was at a show.
we
I was at a show at the Roxy that had 20 people there, and I went to go see Steve Warner.
we totally missed Tony McAlpine though, because on the way there we stopped to get something to eat, and I came out and my car wouldn't start. So we had to get the car gets towed, and we have to go get a vehicle, a rental vehicle, to make it the rest of the way to the show. So we got there late.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But did you miss Tony McAlpine?
I don't know. I've never seen him
No,
live.
that's what I
I know.
You missed him, but did you miss
All right, so he didn't respond back. So we'll find out next week where that was down in
Hopefully he remembers, yeah.
Janice is thinking maybe Dana Point, but I don't know if that's not where you would find a club. I think Mission Viejo, there's one.
But see, here's the thing that's weird about this place.
Ooh,
Is
Vito Scotti for the win with Shane. Vito Scotti played the crazy Japanese World War II soldier on Gilligan's Island.
That's a reference. Now, do you remember what year you saw Uli,
Me?
Matt? No, Matt.
oh man.
Because if you remember the year, I could look up the tour list for that year for Uli and see.
I
where he
don't
played.
remember the exact year. I mean, it had to have been
6 or 7. I think I saw him in 04.
Okay, tours and concerts. I can probably look this up pretty quick. Yeah, 2020. No, it's going to be before that.
yeah. Look
Let's see,
around
2019.
look around 2015.
2015.
Oh, I also
Okay.
saw Oli up in Ventura. He played at like some Ventura place with Michael Schenker.
You said it was with Tony McAlpine too?
Well, he opened the show, and then it was
Okay.
then him and Richie Kotzen. So maybe if you look up Uli and Richie Kotzen concert,
Uli, Richie Kotzen tour. See what year it was.
I'm curious what club it was at.
Richie Kotzen, Uli John Ra, cross soundtrack 2008.
okay.
So
Oh, I said 6 or 7. I was close.
So let me see. This is the page system here and doesn't tell you where it is. So I don't think there's a search on it. So hang on. I just got to. 2012. Okay, come on.
I think the tour that Richie was doing, the CD was called 24 Hours, maybe, was the CD that he had out that he was touring.
Yeah. 2004. I went too far. 2009. Okay, we're getting close.
I thought you found it already.
No, I have to cycle through every tour
Okay,
date that.
look up what year did Richie Kotzen 24 Hours CD come out?
Okay.
That would probably tell you the year.
Well, it's probably going to be around 2008 because I saw a video that, okay, Richie Kotzen, 24 hours. No, that's 2011.
Okay, that sounds better to me. So look up his tour in 2011 and see.
Okay. Again, this searching for it isn't very, it's kind of clunky here. 2013 went too far. Let's see.
We're getting close to my bedtime, so I'm going to go.
All right, yeah, we're going to call it in a
I'm so
second
close.
anyways, Joe.
Uli John Roth, Tony McAlpine, Golden Ghost, Oakland, California.
No, wasn't Oakland.
But that was 2012. But I mean, like Mesa, Arizona.
So that's probably the year.
Redondo Beach, the Pound was the name of a club. Let's see, Santa Ana, Malone's, Brick by Brick, San Diego.
Close.
Let me just look at one more here. Golden Ghost, Starnville, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Foxborough, Massachusetts.
That's it.
No.
All right, we'll call it. Well, guys, we're going to see each other next week. We can discuss it then. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you, Janice, Shane, and Squire, Cheech, and
Paladinos,
T-Boys, and Cold Roses. Paladinos
Orange Blossom Junction.
Paladinos is
Bar
in
and Grill.
Reseda.
Concord, California, Vinny's Bar and Grill, Redondo Beach, Brixton, the Observatory.
I've been to many shows at the Brixton.
I've been to. I saw Uli at Brixton.
Yeah. I've seen him there. I've seen Dred Zeppelin there. That was fun.
Dred Zeppelin played the last day.
Janice lived in Santa Ana. I was in Santa Monica.
All right, guys.
All right, Everett Cummings, real quickly. How do you know West Wheeler? I used to know West. I don't know how you knew him. Anyway, it's all good. Guys, I want to thank everyone for being here. Joe, thanks for staying up extra late for us tonight. Let me get where's the show end? Boom. That's there. And where's my show ending? Right here. All right. Everyone, very good. Want to thank you all. Great. I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Very good.
Goodbye, Ted.